I have the cricket.
Oh.
Yes, it's a cricket.
Why? Why?
Sweet taters.
The sweet taters?
Sweet taters.
The sweet taters?
And now, it's time for the Sweet Potato Podcast featuring Matt and Theron.
Okay, I'm just gonna be so honest with you guys. We started this episode and we talked about a lot of headlines and then the audio got cut. So we're just gonna not talk about...
Wait.
Let's just go really fast with headlines.
We'll do a real quick headlines thunder. Wait, how are we gonna open the episode?
Like this. I'm gonna
now
cut
we don't
it.
have an. This is you're just throwing this in here. What's
Oh
up,
wait,
chat?
we
Welcome
didn't.
to
We
the
need
Sweet
to.
Potato
We need to
Podcast.
open the episode.
We need to play in the
No.
leave this whole part in.
Yeah. Okay.
Just put it in post. Do like the intro, and then just start like.
So, hey guys, I like to be so honest with you guys. We filmed an intro and we lost the footage and the audio. So
Yeah.
sorry that it's
We
sounds.
just went. What was it like? 5 headlines.
We had 20 minutes. We lost 20 minutes of
what
this
did we
episode.
talk about before that? Did we talk about anything important?
We
we did.
talked about.
What was our top of the show? We were on a roll. We were going. We were talking about some good stuff.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Well,
Anyways.
we can always put in the part of me talking with no response.
Let's talk about Survivor 50.
Yeah,
you're very
let's talk
disappointed
about
in this
Survivor
cast.
50. I'm disappointed because there's no Boston Rob.
No, but Rob. Also,
I think
new
that-
era.
Like
Too new
new era, way oversaturated. We have half the cast is from people from the last like 3 years, which is
Right.
ridiculous. And I think Cirie's cool. I think Stephanie is cool. I think Mike White is huge. And you
That's
had mentioned
weird.
that,
I find that such a odd casting. I'm excited, but odd.
It's cool. It's cool. It's fan service though. It's got to be fan service.
I love Mike White.
Mike White can offer people a spot on White Lotus season 4.
Who are we rooting
Right?
for?
I want to know why Sydney Sweeney is not in the show.
Who are we rooting for?
Have you seen the new
The soap. I'm not getting
soap,
into that.
The Sydney Sweeney bathwater soap
Are we rooting for Cirie?
made with Sydney Sweeney's bathwater. We should do a review. What do you think it smells like? What would
don't
that? What is
know.
like even the smell of that soap?
Dr.
What
Squatch
is the
soap.
scent? It's Sydney Sweeney soap, bathwater soap.
So are
What
we
do you think it
rooting?
tastes- what do
We're
you
rooting
think
for
the flavor
we're
of
rooting
the
for
flavor
Cirie,
is?
right? We're rooting for Cirie.
I guess. I don't really know.
I
To
don't
be
know.
honest,
I will probably
I
not
don't
be.
have any stake. I don't really care who wins.
I won't be
Maybe I
watching.
want to see Charles from 41.
Charles. You sound like
Now let's talk about a good cast. Let's talk about a good cast. Okay,
So
a real good.
thanks
cast.
to reality TV _fan, we have the official. Well, it's not official. Yeah, I guess it's official cast. The official cast of the House of Villains season 3. Now let's get into this. Tiffany New York Pollard. Kind of shocked she's back.
Honestly, I think she's a plant.
I think it's fake.
It seems weird to me. It's a little sus, as the kids say. It's a
Excited
little
though.
sus. No, great, awesome, super excited, but a little
Now
sus.
Tyson Apostle.
Tyson Apostle, they call him. They call him the Apostle. That's like what his name is. He's from Boston Rob season, right?
Yeah.
When is Boston Rob? I really don't want. I want more Boston Rob.
Maybe he'll come back. I don't think they would.
What if he
but
comes on Traders?
I'd like him to be a
Or
guest.
not Traders. What if he comes on
The
House of Villains.
Housewives of Rhode Island. They get Amber to be
or
the house.
Summer House?
Summer
Wait,
House.
That would be cool if they had him go on Summer House.
No,
that would
not
be
him
cool.
on Summer House with Jesse Solomon toe sucker. With toe
No,
sucker.
he could like come in and beat because him and
Sierra.
Sierra are friends.
You're right. He can be there for a
Him
weekend.
and Sierra are friends, so he could just come up for like a little bit. Him and Dylan could come up and hang out with Sierra, and like
Now Dylan on Summer House, I could actually.
because I could also potentially
that.
see him and Sierra having a relationship.
Dylan on Summer House is interesting, but Boston
Dylan-
Rob would be like a guest. star.
Dylan legitimately could actually be on Summer
Yeah,
House.
he
though.
wouldn't want to though.
Boston Rob would be like a cameo. Like he could come
Yeah.
up for an episode and like
Like
he
how
could,
Tom
fuck
Schwartz
shit
did.
up.
Like Schwartzy did.
Right. He could like beat up someone who's has
They
beef
don't
with
beat
Sierra.
up people on Summer House. they party. It's not
No,
Vanderpump
but like
Rules.
he could beat up Jesse Solomon.
Jesse Solomon. Okay, Plain Jane, very excited. The ultimate shit starter. Gets under your skin type of person.
I saw that they had the reunion for Summer House.
Yes.
Julia's mom
Did
was
you?
watching it.
What?
They had the reunion on.
Yeah, Paige was the
They were
first.
talking about all the toe sucking.
So obnoxious. I haven't watched part 2 of the reunion yet because, like, I don't know. The season was really good, but I don't think I could. The reunion's a little boring.
Yeah.
Paul being back, very excited. Ashley, I don't
Paul.
know. Johnny, I don't
Ashley.
know. Kate Chastain, so excited. Tom Sandoval, mega excitement.
Super excited. Super excited.
Christine, excited. I don't really know Drita or Jackie, but excited to know them. Now, who is our winner pick?
My winner pick right off the bat.
Not who you want to win, but who you think will win.
I see. It's hard because I don't know these people enough. Other than Tom
And
New
Tiffany.
York, I don't really know any of them enough to even like.
Okay.
Even the ones that I know, like Tyson Apostle, I know Paul, I know Kate, but I don't know them enough that I can like make a pick.
Think that Paul will 100% make it to the end. I think that
I don't know.
the winner of House of Villains season 3 is going to be Kate Chastain. And I'm calling it now.
I honestly, I was kind of thinking that.
I don't think it's going to be Ashley. I think Ashley's the first boot.
What about Christine?
Christine is interesting. Christine is like more of a
I don't
Beverly
know.
Hills
Johnny
housewife.
might be
but-
the first.
So
Johnny might be the first boot,
Johnny's either the first boot or he's making it to the end.
or he's winning. First
Yeah.
boot or win.
Yeah.
Call it. It's like Safari Samuels. Call it first boot or he's winning.
Either is winning. But I also think that Plain Jane might have a really good chance of winning as well. And Tyson. But Tyson could get knocked out. Tyson could get knocked out. The thing I'm worried about with
Jane's a really
Plain...
good burger.
You ever heard of it? It has banana peppers on it.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Plain.
I've
The
never
thing
heard
with
of that.
Plain Jane is I'm worried that they're going to get under people's skin and then get sent home. Because if you think about it,
Probably.
in the sense of like Plain Jane's show, anything they said to their like competitors, their fellow competitors, it
wouldn't
didn't
affect
it
them
wouldn't
going
affect
home,
the judging
because
or
it was
anything.
up to the judges.
So, like,
right.
Them in this type of show is a little different. Like Plain Jane went up to someone and said that they have doo-doo clown makeup and that they should quit their profession because of how ugly they look. And then that person got sent home. Like, it's a little different, like, in this setting.
I do think that Tom and Kate, coming fresh off some Traitors,
I think that
could
Tom
be
might have an
beneficial.
ego. A bigger ego than he already had.
that's also but I don't know.
I think that Christine and Kate are going to put Tom in his place. Kate's going to put Tom in his place. That's a fact.
I think Tom and Christine are gonna have an alliance, the anti-Chriselle alliance.
Unless Christine really doesn't fuck with Tom.
Oh. She might though.
I think
Kind of
that
like how
New
how
York.
the U.S. and Russia teamed up against.
Oh my
Germany
god, that's crazy.
'cause of how much
Anyways,
they hit, which would make Chriselle Nazi Germany. Oh, I do also think.
not Nazi.
I don't know. I don't think 11 is a good number of people.
No,
I
it's
think
weird.
There's gonna be a twist person.
It's weird.
I think there's gonna be a twist person. I think I have two theories. It's gonna be someone who they have had on the show before.
Jesse. It's gonna
Maybe
be.
I'm feeling
it's
a
gonna be
housewife.
Jesse
I'm
Saul.
really feeling a housewife because
Mayor Cosby.
why is there no housewife? I know there's a mob wife and a basketball wife, but no housewife this season.
Well,
is
there was
weird to
no
me.
Housewives season 1, but there were 2 last year. But they have 2 Bravo Lebs, which kind of makes sense. If they had
Oh,
no one
maybe.
from Bravo, I'd be like, oh, this is weird.
I think it's either going to be Danielle Staub.
I think
Or-
Monica has a very good chance.
But with her kid, I don't.
well,
think
she
will.
gave birth already,
Oh, I guess that's true, but she got to like raise the kid and stuff.
right?
Mommy duty.
Well, they're already there now.
I
Has Monica been
I
posting?
do think
Let's check.
I have a theory, and this is very unlikely, but it's possible. I think we might see Joel. Hear me out. Joel not hosting but playing,
You want that to happen?
and someone else takes over hosting, like Monica, right? Because Monica was Eva 2.0, right? Or whatever she was called.
Right.
So they could have Monica take over hosting and Joel being a competitor. Wouldn't that be something?
You know who I could see hosting the show as well? And this is so random. Jane Lynch, Sue Sylvester, like the actress who plays,
that would be
could easily host the show. And not even in the
totally could.
Not even in the Sue Sylvester character, just in general, she could host the show. Because she hosts that show The Weakest Link. Have you ever she like bullies these people on Weakest Link.
Or Bob Harper.
You know who should be on the show? Simon Cowell should play House of Villains.
No one wants to see him anymore.
Bloody hell, he's season 20 of Agency.
Imagine Gordon Ramsay hosting.
No, he wouldn't fuck with it. He wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't.
Would.
I don't like Simon Cowell.
I don't
David.
either.
David can't. What's his name?
David from BGT.
David from BGT. He could host it.
We can.
I want to see Joel play. Is all I'm saying. I want to see Joel McHale from House of Villains as a cast member. That would be so cool.
My God.
Sort of like a little Sauron flip.
Little Sauron flip.
A little Sauron action for those who know.
Rachel Zoe joining Beverly Hills season 15. Old Bravo Lab.
Right.
Very excited to see her on this show. We were talking about this before. Sutton's gonna have a rough season. Sutton's gonna have a rough season, but we're excited. We're excited for some good old Bev Hills. If it's another season of Kyle talking about her marriage, I might have to call it quits.
You know what I want? I want Eileen to come as a guest.
I would love a guest.
Not
Eileen.
even a friend of.
Yeah.
Guest, but a guest.
I wish
Kinda
Eileen.
like how, what's her name? The Camille Grammer.
Oh, Camille.
Kind of like how Camille Grammer, like a guest Camille, but I'd much rather see a guest Eileen than a guest Camille Grammer.
Anyways, let's get into
What are we doing?
the long-awaited. So this just dropped randomly the other day.
Okay.
The Orange County trailer. Now we're gonna react to it live. I'll probably fast forward it, and then we will give our takes. Because the cast photo they reused the cast photo, but they made them look so AI'd. It's so bad. But we'll get into. So for some context, the entire cast came back. We know Shannon, obviously Tamara. We know Gina, friend of the pod, Gina. Gina, what do you think about that?
What's your favorite movie?
Gina. But it's the return of Gretchen Rossi, who was a housewife with, like, in the Lexus Bellino era and all that. She's famous for starting a rumor that Eddie, Tamara's husband's gay, and her and Tamara hate each other. Like, if you wanted to get Tamara's biggest op, it's Gretchen. Gretchen's coming back as a friend after 12 years, I think? She is the longest gap of returning ever. So
That's
this is gonna be some
crazy.
good shit. I think she's like season 4 OG. Okay, let's start.
Good night, my darling.
I will.
Good night.
I will, without
And I
you
will.
at my
And
table.
You know what?
Get the
Keep
out of
eating.
here.
Keep eating.
This isn't my plate, you f***ing bitch.
Yeah.
That's not my f***ing plate.
So that's the
Wow.
so that's the trailer. Initial thoughts. What are we feeling?
I'm thinking. Right.
Are we excited?
I'm excited. I would like to see Kelly Dodd come back, though.
So let's look at right. Let's look at these GTA 5 ass AI.
Oh, what the hell?
What did they do to her?
Is that is that AI?
No,
Why
so
does it look
that's
like
their
that?
that's the cast photo from last year. But why did they
No.
AI and then like do? Oh my god,
They put like an
Um,
AI filter.
Dubro.
That's so weird.
Dubro looks just like a GTA 5.
Like
That's a
man.
loading screen. That's a loading screen of GTA 5.
Like a transgender man.
Oh my god, you gotta stop. Like, she looks like a GTA 5
I
loading
think-
screen. What
I
is
think
that's not
we
Tamara.
should.
Who's that? Who even is that? That ain't Tamara.
Who is that?
That ain't Tamara
Is that
Judge.
supposed to be Tamara?
That ain't Tamara Judge. Why did they
Ain't
do
no
Gina?
Tamara Judge.
What is
Why
Gina?
did they do Gina like that?
What
What
does
is
she
she
look-
wearing?
Emily looks kind of normal. Jen looks AI'd as
don't.
hell.
They look AI.
Katie looks so AI. Like, what did they do to Katie?
That's so weird.
And
What?
Gretchen looks normal, I guess.
Just weird.
Like, if you look, like, if we want to, like,
It's like they put a bunch of filters over it, like a Snapchat AI filter.
well, look at this was last year's. So you can tell, obviously, they're in the same, like,
Oh yeah, what?
but you notice that, like, so they reused a cast photo. Obviously, like, that's normal. But, like, they look like normal people. Obviously, it's a little grainy, but they look normal.
Right. I wonder if they did that to scale up the picture. Maybe they lost all the high definition pictures and they had to use AI. To
I think they
upscale it.
don't want to use the same exact promo.
Oh, so they just use one that's basically the same but looks worse.
So, are we excited? What are our thoughts? So in the trailer we saw.
Yeah.
In the trailer we saw the lie detector test, which looks
That
interesting.
seems interesting. But I feel like they're playing it up a little too much. I don't
For
think it's
sure.
actually gonna be that big
What do we think about Gretchen being back?
I think it's good. I think it's good to get some comp for Tamra.
For sure.
Nice breath of fresh air and a case.
As Teresa would say, a fresh of breath air.
I'd love to see
Kelly died.
Teddy. I'd love to see Teddy on the show.
I would like to see Teddy on OC. I feel like she'd fit
Just
in
kinda
more,
like
right?
doing her like cancer stuff, you know, and just like getting through it,
I
hanging out
know.
with Tamra, two T's in
What
a
about-
pod.
What about Shannon yelling at Katie, saying you did something illegal? What could that
That
be
seems
about?
a little motivated.
What did Katie do? Also, Gina lost her kid. We haven't seen Travis's son in 3. Someone on Twitter made a joke and was like, are we just gonna gloss over the fact that Gina doesn't know where her kid went? But the way she said it, it sounded like her kid went missing, but that's not what happened. She hasn't seen her kid because of like the other wife.
He has like a court order.
Yeah, but she makes it.
right?
Someone on Twitter was like, "Are we just gonna gloss over the fact that she lost her kid and doesn't know where he is?" It made me laugh so hard.
That's like was that a Yolanda Fister?
I think it was like a Yolanda Fister. It might have been a Yolanda Fister. It was.
That's a Fister. That's a Fister right there. Do
I
you
hardly
think
know
Yolanda
her.
Fister could actually be like a controlled, like a
Yol-
prominent Bravo person?
Yolanda Fister's a British man. I'm pretty sure.
Is there a face identity? Do we have a confirmation on who Yolanda Fister is?
I think
sure?
he just like looks like a normal dude.
Or could it be like? Could Yolanda Fister be like
You think
like
it's?
an Evan Goldschneider that we don't
Do you
know?
think Evan Goldschneider is behind Yolanda? Do you think that Janet is Queens of Bravo?
So you mentioned that, but I don't. What's like the deets of that theory?
Well, it's just that like Queens of Bravo is a Janet
What is
Glaze.
Queens? Because I'm familiar with Queens of Bravo. That's like a very popular
Yeah,
Twitter account.
I don't
want to
talk shit
sorry,
though.
X.
X.
Oh,
X.
right.
Not X.com.
No,
Is that-
yes, X.com.
It is
That's
okay
what it's
because
called.
oh
It's
really?
called
It sounds
X.com.
bad though.
It does sound bad, but it's not. It's good actually. It's Twitter. Well, it's not good. It's terrible.
That's bad.
You know how you know how Love Island is. Wait, never mind actually, because that's kind of like what Love Hotel is. I was gonna say, you know how Love Island has like a bunch of like young, conventionally attractive.
They need
people?
Golden Love Island.
They should make a show with just like the ugliest people.
So that's what I said. I said, and I'm not calling these people ugly, but if they got Tammy from 1,000 Pound Sisters on Love Island, imagine her macking lips with like, you know what I mean, like Rob.
That would be funny.
I find it a little rude that they don't have fat people on Love Island.
Well,
And this season I'll bring it up, but I was thinking about it because like there's one person here who's who's bisexual, and I'm like, are they not allowed to explore the like, because like Love Island's very like the girls get with the guys and the guys get with the girls, but what if a girl wants to go with a girl? You know what I mean?
well,
We might see it happen this year.
that would probably be okay.
So let's start with
As long as no guys get with guys, that would tank the rating. But
No,
I think if
Peacock.
a girl gets with a girl,
It's
it would be
Peacock.
okay.
It's Peacock. We're
Yeah,
good.
but think about who watches Love Island.
That's true. So
Everyone watches. This
Everyone
show.
watches
they have
Love
a very
Island. They
wide.
have a good. The ratings are good. So Love Island USA season 7. This is just off the heels of last year. Ariana
Shout
is
out
back
to
as host.
our good friend Chat for helping.
We meet the girls. So we have this is Shelly, and then we
Okay.
got Olandria. Olandria is the Southern Belle of the season.
Then
we have Huda. It's Olandria.
It's Olandria.
Olandria. Okay. Then we have
Huda.
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 Now we have Bella.
I bet she hates Sabra hummus.
I go Bella. I go by. I like to say Bella is Bell dash because that is the way that it is. It's spelled Bell dash Don't forget the dash.
Wait, no. Okay, here's a question.
Now,
Is her actual name spelled Bell dash Like her actual name is spelled like that?
yes, but she pronounces
Okay.
Bella. Anyways, we'll get into her because she has Loki. We'll get into her. Then we have Ulissa,
Ulissa. Okay.
and then we have Ace. We have Nicholas. We have Taylor. We have Jeremiah and we have Austin, and we will get into Austin's TikTok repost in a little bit because he'd be wildin'. Okay,
I don't know how I feel about these
So-
casts.
so we will.
Especially Taylor.
We'll get into it. Okay.
Taylor, I'm a cowboy.
Well,
I got my cowboy
he don't talk
hat.
like that. He's like, "Hi, I'm Taylor. Lol. Like, I'm here to find love." Like, yeah.
really?
We'll get into this. Very Mormon, very white.
Oh, he's giving Kyle from BB24.
He is giving Kyle from BB24. So the villa got upgraded. There's a speakeasy, there's a sauna, a photo booth, and
I'm just looking at this lion right
you're
now.
looking
See
at
that lion he's got tattooed?
he has his name tattooed on his back.
He looks like one of those people that like those lion TikToks, like the lion.
Well, do you want to know something about
You know
Ace?
what I'm talking about? What?
Do you know those TikToks? Do you know those TikToks of like someone from America going on TikTok live with like 6 people from like Africa and teaching them how to break dance and like
Yeah.
sing? He's the OG of that. So Ace is the OG teaching people how to like floss in these
No, he's giving big Ashton Hall energy. He reminds me a bit of Ashton Hall. Ashton Hallophile. Oh, this guy.
That's Ace.
Wait, that's him?
Yes. Ain't that
Wait, I see that
wild?
guy's videos all the time. I didn't even recognize
So
him.
that's Ace. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I like that. I know that guy. Like, I
Yeah.
actually am familiar with him.
Isn't
I'm
that
familiar with his game.
wild? That's
That's crazy.
wild.
I didn't even know that.
So the girls arrive.
Frickin' crazy.
The girls arrive to the villa.
Frickin'
Shelly and Alandria come in first. They kind of meet up, and then these 3 all come up. Now, Uda tells all of the girls, or just tells Shelly and Alandria, that she is actually a single mom of a 4-year-old child,
What?
which actually is really
Whoa.
interesting.
Power
'Cause-
to her.
It's very interesting because these people, like, I don't know if they want to have all of that. All the girls
Oh, wait,
enter.
that's some baggage.
Nick
That's some
and-
baggage.
Nick and Ace come in, and we find out that Ace and Shelly know each other from back home. They met in New York and have
Ooh.
talked on Instagram before.
What? Well,
Which-
Ace is kind of like he's a celeb.
He's low-key a
famous.
celeb.
Like, he be showing up in my feed, in my reels. He's in my reels.
He's in your reels.
I get him in my reels sometimes, yeah.
You get Ace Love Island in your reels.
I do. I get Ace Love Island in my reels. Well, I used to, at least. I haven't for a little bit, but I've gotten him in my reels before.
Oh, another thing too that I find really interesting is they're filming this in Fiji they're also filming Survivor 50 in Fiji right now.
Oh, wait, so do you think there's gonna be a crossover
No, but do you
episode?
think they can hear the Love Islanders partying?
That'd be funny.
Okay. So the girls oh god, we have to talk about her. So the girls, just this year, the girls get to choose their partner first, but they have to kiss 2 of the boys before they pick who they want. The kiss order was randomly chosen by Ariana. So they
Right, I
you know,
forgot she's the host.
we don't really care about who they kiss, but the problem is when it comes to Bella, she kisses Taylor, but only on the cheek. And because she is a child of God, she is a Christian woman, and she doesn't do
She's
that.
saving it. She doesn't kiss on the
She's a
lips.
Christian woman, okay? She would never.
That's fine.
She keeps
Hey,
talking
that's
about
fine.
her religion. It's
Okay.
very annoying. Okay, Ulissa and Ace couple up. Then we got Olandria and Taylor, the 2 country people. That makes sense to me, personally. Then we
Why?
have.
Why does it make sense to you? Why does it make sense to you?
They're both Southern from the South.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's what I said. They're both country. Don't try to be an ass. Don't try to be an asshole. Then we have Shelly and Austin, which is a little weird because I thought she was gonna go for Ace, but Ace got stolen by Ulissa. Ace got stolen, and then we have Huda and Jeremiah, which
Hugh
is
Hefner.
is pretty fire. And then we have Bell.
Hugh
Then we have
Hefner.
Bell dash and Nick.
What's his name?
Nick.
Nick what? Look at his
Nick
last name.
Van Steenenberg.
Nick Van Steenberga.
Yeah.
What kind of name is that? Jesus.
What kind of Bell
Bell
dash
A. Walker. and Nick Van Steenberga.
So the history between Shelly and Ace pops up again. But Ace was stolen. Shelly and Ace, they have a private chat on day 2. Their chemistry is clear, but Shelly is also connecting with Austin. Now, comes with our first problematic. Austin has been reposting Matt Walsh videos on TikTok that talk about race in not a fun way. And you know Matt Walsh, obviously.
Right.
And there's some Charlie Kirk in there, and specifically one video was about like how it was all about like black people and how they're treated differently, and it was very weird. And then we find that Austin gets coupled up with Shelly, a black woman, and it's like, oh, this isn't good. This is not good. Also, I don't like the angel tattoos. I find that weird. I don't like the tattoo of a woman with large breasts slurping a milkshake on his side. That's problematic to me. I don't know what's going on with this gun.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little red flaggy. He's got some red flags going on, you know. He's got that infectious smile.
So, day 2, Ariana comes back and introduces a new twist. It's blindfold kisses with anybody anonymously. So the Islanders who volunteer are Ace, Olandria, Nicholas, and Shelly. Now, she was like, Ariana was like, hey, if you feel like you want to embrace other people, you embrace other people. So Nicholas, coupled up already, he kisses Olandria. Okay? Then Shelly obviously kisses Ace, because they have their, like, background in New York Instagram, and they're being flirtatious. Right. It all makes sense. Okay. Olandria kisses Ace, and then Ace then whispers to Shelly, kisses her, and then kisses Huda. So then they're all still blindfolded, and they all had fun. But then Ariana drops the next twist that 2 Islanders entered the villa and started kissing these people without even knowing that they were in the villa. We meet Charlie, who's a British. He's a bit British. I'm from Britain, and I'm British, and I'm from Britain.
Wait.
And then we meet. Then
Could that be Yolanda Pfister?
It's not Yolanda Pfister. Then we meet Cirie. They kiss all of the Islanders.
Her and Charlie kind of look like siblings.
Her and Charlie look like siblings. I disagree.
Shelly
then opens up that Shelly has had history with women, as she is a bisexual woman, and it adds a little bit of flair. They all go to these two bombshells go to the hideaway later, and Ariana reveals that their identities are secret. The Islanders are blindfolded again, then ask if they enjoyed the kiss and want to know bombshells better. Which then gets into episode 2, where the Islanders are asked who wants to meet the bombshells, and Ace, Ulyssa, Taylor, Nick, and Austin all raised their hands. Nicholas got asked to have a date with Cirie, and then Shelly had a date with Charlie in the hideaway. And the hideaway is like, it had a bunch of weird kinky like lingerie shit and like whips. And like it was a little weird.
BDSM.
We find out Sierra's low-key a nerd. She kept asking Nick about Avatar: The Last Airbender, and she goes, I really want to go to the pyramids because my favorite book is The Alchemist. Have you ever read it? So like it's like adorable. And then Nick's like, yeah, I like love The Alchemist, bro. Like no. Get away from this man. They like make out and like in the photo booth, and they kiss. Then there's drama in the villa because Jeremiah, my king, where's my king? Jeremiah is coupled up with Huda, and Jeremiah decides to doubt that Huda kissed someone during the blindfolded game. Huda reassures him that she didn't, but she feels that they need to have a conversation, which then plays out later. Olandria admits to Taylor that she kissed Ace, but Taylor's cool about it and appreciated her honesty. So the 2 Southern Belles are really close, and Jeremiah and Huda are pretty strong. Then they all go to bed, and the announcer goes, welcome back to another episode of Love Island USA. Ulyssa has left the villa. And we're all like, wait, what? That's weird. Why did Ulyssa leave the villa? So Ulyssa gets eliminated because a podcast resurfaced of her dropping the N-word like 3 times in a row. So she
Wow, on a podcast, like just like this one.
That's it. Like now I'm fucking my right. You
so
Why did she say that? Wait, what is her?
she is
ethnicity?
Cuban. And she posted this. Owning my mistakes, speaking my truth.
Wait, why did she get canceled for? She's not even white. She's Cuban.
Well, she said that she's grown since the incident and apologizes. Speaking of race issues, I don't want to call anybody out, but Bella has a weird, like, the way she talks is little, like, I'm like so she's Hawaiian, but like,
Okay.
she puts on like this accent.
Maybe it's not an accent. Maybe it's her actual like cultural background.
Threw a curveball. And I really didn't appreciate that at all. I wish the moment you knew you were feeling her more, you would have communicated that with me.
Right.
Because you made me look like a fool last night.
This way.
You were banking in on being my first kiss here after you've been doing me dirty. I like this. I like that it's you and me. You were banking in on being my first kiss here after you've been doing me dirty. I like this. I like that it's you and me. Insult us
Yeah.
together.
I kind of hear it, but I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it's probably just how she talks. She
So-
said she's Hawaiian, right?
She's from Hawaii. So I think what it is her Hawaiian accent mixes with her
Where is she from? Like, is she just from Hawaii, or is she from somewhere else, too?
I think
Like, did she grow up in Hawaii?
I think so.
Okay,
So
that makes
it
sense.
it mixes, but like every time I get so uncomfortable. But honestly, she's turning into my fave because my fave was Huda, but Huda kind of fell off in the most recent episode. We'll get into it. And the thing with Love Island is it comes out every day, so these things be changing every day. These
I'm
things
gonna
be
do the
changing
rest of
every
the
day.
episode in a Toronto accent.
You should do the rest of the video in a Ulissa. Down to it. That's a joke.
Who's Ulissa?
The girl that got kicked out for saying the N-word. Okay.
Oh.
Morning after
Yeah,
bombshells.
Let me do it. Let me say
No.
that real quick.
So the
On
bombshells.
podcast.
The bombshells enter the villa. Nick admits feelings for Cirie, because they be smacking lips. They be these two. They be smacking lips.
That's crazy. brother.
Shelly talks with Austin, says she still wants to get to know the MAGA Austin, but she chats and kisses with Charlie on the dock. So Shelly and Charlie.
Charlie's got an asymmetrical face.
He has a very strange face, a very strange accent. Sierra chats with Jeremiah. Huda watches closely. Now, Huda is very uncomfortable with the new bombshell talking to Jeremiah. Jeremiah tells Sierra that he and Huda aren't closed off, but they are headed there. Like, it's very strong. It's kind of like, and we'll get into this, like a Luann and James thing.
James.
Where
Oh my
James
God.
feels uncomfortable. We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
We will talk about it.
We'll get into that.
We'll talk about that.
Get into that shortly.
So
Very
Taylor
shortly,
gets a text.
Okay.
Where my man Taylor at? Taylor gets a text that the Islanders must gather at the fire pit. Sierra and Charlie will pick who they want to couple up with. But before that, all of the Islanders are asked if they want to stay in their couple or recouple. Okay?
Oh.
Nick, Austin, Ace, and Taylor all stand up. Stay seated were Bella, Shelly, Huda, and Alandria. Huda and Jeremiah were the only couple to stay seated, which is kind of wild. So they're the only couple that were strong enough to like
That's not
stay
true.
past that.
That's true.
Which is crazy.
Huda and Jeremiah.
No girls stood up for Charlie, so Charlie remained single. Sierra picked Nick to couple up with, leaving Bella single and up for elimination.
Ooh.
So Bella's like really pressed.
Ooh.
And
Ooh, baby, do you
so
know
we obviously know that our singles are Bella, Ace, and Charlie. Because Ace is single because friggin' Ulysses had to say the N-word and get eliminated.
Right. Oh my god.
Anyways,
Oh my
Sierra
God.
Sierra chooses Nick, leaving Bella single. They kind of make up. But the boys cook breakfast for the girls. Huda and Jeremiah chat. Bella gets emotional after losing Nick. Nick and Sierra bond in a photo booth. They make out again. Charlie tells Bella that he originally wanted to take her to the hideaway, but she respected him not holding her back. He really is annoying with his fucking British accent, pissing me the fuck off. They play this game called State Your Case, where there's a bunch of briefcases like Deal or No Deal Island, and it had a number in it, and they were like, from least to greatest, who has the most body count, and they had to line them up. We find out that Austin, our MAGA influencer, has sent over 1,000+ nude photos in his lifetime.
Wow,
It's kind of wild.
That's some kind of achievement.
So Huda and Jeremiah have a conversation, and Huda finally tells him that she has a child. And the entire time, Jeremiah's like, yo, bro, I'm like locked in, bro. Why'd you say that? Bro, now I gotta rethink it. And then Huda goes crying. And I'm like, this is not good. So then the Islanders play a game where they have to list, like the girls have to list the men from first, like basically their top 4, and 4 is the best, and 1 is, I wouldn't say the least, but it's the least, you know?
Yeah.
They all play the game, and it involves like kissing and stuff, and Bella comes out of her shell and starts smacking lips with everybody. Jesus is not in this villa anymore because Bella was like basically sucking and fucking, like she did everything. Okay.
That's crazy.
So here's the thing. Ariana drops another bombshell. So the new bombshells are Amaya, I think?
Amaya.
And Hannah. They then join the game and start kissing the men, and Huda gets so uncomfortable with the way that Amaya is kissing, and Amaya like really wants to get Jeremiah. So Huda's scream crying. But then Jeremiah's like, nah, babe, I really want you. Makes up with her. Now, we think that Nick and Cirie are like pretty bonded, and Bella, and they like made up, but like they're not back together. Until he goes, I was so turned on by the way Bella was getting with these other guys, bro. And like, I'm like 50-50. And he's like, I went from like 80-20 to like 50-50. So then, and then they go to the soul ties, and Nick and Bella start making out. And then right after, I'm not telling you, then right when they're done making out, he goes with Cirie and then starts making out with her in the photo booth. So Bella thinks that they're like back together, and little does she know. So Nick is being, yeah, it's wild. Basically, from what we understand now, coupled up by the, and also we're filming this on Saturday. So by the time this uploads, there'll be like 3 more episodes already out. Basically, Cirie and Nick are coupled up. Huda and Jeremiah are coupled up. Alandra and Taylor, and same with Shelly and Austin. Bella's single, Ace is single, Charlie's single, and Hannah and Amaya. There's going to be a recoupling ceremony on tomorrow's episode, which means that at least 2 people will probably be going home. So, very interesting. Okay. Now, based off of my explanation, which I feel like you actually understand, because Nick is probably my least favorite, because he's being weird.
That's so weird.
And
that's
I think my new favorite.
That's so weird.
I was really. These two were my favorites, but honestly, Bella's kind of my favorite now, because I understand the black scent, and I
yeah, I like Bella. Yeah, and I like what's her name?
Shelly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I like her and Ace.
Shelly and Ace, but they're not together. But like they gotta be together.
Yeah, and
and Cirie. I like Cirie.
Cirie, that's the other one.
Cirie's very
fun. And the other
ones,
they can kick rocks.
Alandria doesn't have big story. There was a little fight with her and Huda. I'm not. It wasn't anything worth talking about. Yeah. But that was so far Love Island USA recap.
What about the bombshells?
They didn't get much story because they came at the end of the episode.
Oh, okay.
So we'll learn more about them. But Amaya really wants to get with Jeremiah, which is pissing off
Hannah?
Huda. I have not learned anything about her. She'll probably get with the MAGA white guy. Yeah. But you see, he has a conversation with her, and then they start, this is her black scent.
Kiss here after you've been doing me dirty.
Nah, exactly. Like, I didn't deserve that.
Yeah.
But...
Nah.
So what do you think?
I did want it to
Yo, Mama Julie, nah.
Speaking of Cedric. Speaking of young Cedric, they're having. I sent this to you.
He's a Love Islander, bro.
Did you see what I sent you about how Sweet Kenny K and the young Cedric are having a Big Brother watch party for the premiere in Massachusetts?
Oh my God, no! What? Wait,
you didn't see that? I sent it to you.
No, what the hell? No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
No, you did not, Chad. You did not, Chad.
Yeah, I did. I texted it to you on my birthday. And then I said, "Did you see this?" And you ignored it.
Oh, well, I was working on your birthday.
It's Cedric, Kenny, Kevin from Big Brother, special guests from Survivor, and there's going to be another Big Brother guest.
Wait, that's so cool.
Yes. It's in
Young
Malden.
Cedric?
It's in
Young
Malden.
Cedric and Kenny.
I might go.
All right.
We
Oh,
might
is
have
it
to go.
live?
We might have to go.
Maybe.
We might have to go. It's at the it's all ages. Tickets are $20.
Oh,
That's a steal.
I need a haircut.
We might have to go.
I need to get a haircut.
You have to get a haircut first.
I have to get a haircut.
Ew. What does that smell? It smells like bitch.
Well, now with everything else out of the way, let's
The
get into
Love
real
Hotel. Wait, we have to get into the.
Shout out to Chad. Shout out to Chad for
Oh.
the helping us with the Love Island.
This is going to be a long ep because Love Island took longer than expected.
No,
What?
it's not.
What happened?
Well, how long is?
We are at 40. We are 51 minutes already.
All right, well, do the Love Island.
What'd you say?
Man, I got places to be. You think I'm here to fool around?
What'd you say?
Child? You think I'm here to fool around, child?
Yes, you actually texted
I
me.
got
I have
places to
nothing
be.
to do all day.
That's not true.
Right.
But I have like dinner to eat.
No, me
I'm
too.
hungry.
Me too. Me too.
Child,
Are we gonna get
I'm
into?
Bailey cute, child.
I love
said it.
Cynthia Bailey.
Yeah.
But should we get into?
And now it's time for the Love Hotel. And you know what else it's time for? The Sweet Potato Podcast. Woo!
Thank you,
Did
Shannon.
it play twice?
No.
Oh, okay, I just heard it.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon. Wait, was that Shannon Storms
That was
Bador?
Shannon Storms
Shannon
Bador. I am Shannon
That's
Bador. Why is Earl not buttoning his shirts?
Shannon is pissing me the fuck off.
She's
Why
not.
is Earl
Shannon
not
is not.
buttoning his shirt?
Shannon is not
Why
pissing me off
Earl-
at all.
I'm so fancy and he's so poor.
Can I give you a hot?
He was a poor
Can I give a hot
person.
take?
Shut the fuck.
Can I give a hot take?
No.
And we'll get into this more. I'm not. Giselle does not seem like she wants to be there for love.
No, I think she does.
I'm not saying she has ulterior motives, but like,
No, I disagree
not
with that.
one person has she been interested in.
Wait, you have to open up Mark. Oh, you got Mark. No, because she just hasn't found the right guy. Oh, remember Gary?
Oh my god, and Ashley pissing me off.
And
We'll get
Nicholas?
into it.
Oh my
We'll get
God.
into it, but
Ashley
my
pissed you
opinion on Ashley has changed.
Those guys. You need to open up those guys
No,
too.
they all went home already.
Have they?
Yeah, because we're on the third batch. I'm not opening. Well, I'll open him, but I'm
No,
not
he's
gonna
a- he-
open the people that went home. I'm just gonna
Calvin.
scroll. I'm
No,
just gonna
Theo's
scroll.
Didn't even go home.
I'm gonna Who?
Theo. He's on.
Theo's
the show
still
right now.
there? That's wild.
He went
That's
on a
crazy.
date
That's
in the
wild.
last episode.
That's
he
wild.
went on a date.
And I watched it. I
Dude,
literally
he's like-
just watched the episode. All right, let's get into
He
Love
just
Island.
watched the episode.
Or Love Hotel. We have episode 5 and 6 to talk about. 5 we're gonna glaze over because it wasn't the most interesting. 6 was pretty good. So let's get into it. Episode 5.
So 5 opens up. We
With
got
Earl the
Earl
Pearl.
the Pearl. And
Wait, Earl the Pearl Beidelbeck? Earl the Pearl Beiderbeck.
wait, what is that from?
Because it's Dale the Whale.
Oh, right, Dale the Whale. You know, I was talking about Tim Curry.
Tim Curry's Dale the Whale.
We watched Muppet Treasure Island.
Right. Tim Curry's
I
one of the
was with
greatest
some of my
actors
friends.
of all time.
And I literally said that. I'm like, Tim Curry is one of the greatest actors of all time. And they were like, what else is Tim Curry in?
Every
And I said,
movie.
Rocky Horror Picture, Home Alone 2,
Were they
Clue,
Clue,
Season 2, Dale the Whale.
Season 2 Dale the Whale, Muppet Treasure Island. He's in Annie. He's in he plays the villain in
Perfect.
Annie. He's in isn't he in he's the original Pennywise.
And the original Pennywise, right.
He's in that movie where he plays like Satan. Do you know that movie?
Oh, Santa Claus 3?
Oh no, he's in Legend. But he plays like a Satan. You've seen.
Legend?
I'm sure you've seen this.
You mean Rise of the...
No,
oh!
yeah.
Yes.
What's his film?
I don't know. I was thinking it was a Christmas.
What's his other filmography? Oh, he's in Fern Gully. He's in the Scary Movies. He's in Scary Movie 2.
Yes, he is in the Scary movies.
He's in The Three Musketeers, the original movie, The Wild Thornberrys.
He's Dale the Whale.
He's in.
He's
in Charlie's Angels. He's in Worst Witch. He was in Loaded Weapon. Loaded Weapon.
He's the guy from Thornberry, the main character.
Obviously all of the It movies. He's in Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties.
He is in Garfield.
And he was in Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas. He's also in Barbie and The Three Musketeers. So, tell me a filmography better than that. Couldn't tell you.
And he has ALS.
I know, but he's still doing shit.
Do you know?
I don't know.
Do you know who else has ALS?
Who?
Or who had ALS?
Who?
Stephen Hawking.
Mm.
And he touched little girls. Do you know what Tim Curry does with his ALS? He fucking rules.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So fuck Stephen Hawking. Tim Curry on top.
Elon, he had a black eye. I told him to put makeup on it. He didn't put makeup on it. I found that suspicious. Did you see that clip?
No.
So when Elon was leaving the White House, he had a black eye, and they were like, "What's with
I
that?"
did see
And
that.
then he goes, "It was
a
little."
domestic.
He goes, "It was little X. Little X punched me in the face. We were playing." And then
we didn't know this at the time, but they broke up.
They broke up, but then post breakup, they asked Trump, they were like, "What's going on?" And he goes, I had my makeup artist, they were gonna put makeup on his face. He said, "No, I thought that was weird. I don't know why he didn't want makeup. That's a little sus." And then they were like, "Mr. Trump, he is a immigrant. We should look into his status. He might be illegal. He might be an illegal. We gotta send him back."
Imagine he gets deported to South Africa.
They're two of the most petty people in the world, and honestly, AOC made me laugh. They were like, AOC, what is your take?" She goes, "Well, the girls are fighting, aren't they?" And then Andy Cohen posted a reunion chart he took the Atlanta one, but took their faces out of it and put Trump and Elon first seats, JD Vance, Pam Bondi, and then on the Today Show, they were like, "Andy, you need to host this reunion." I'd watch the shit out of that.
I would too.
Because I think Andy could actually make progress. I think Andy could moderate a presidential debate and actually make progress.
Dude, he would moderate a presidential debate better than any fucking person they've had moderate any
Except,
of these shitty fucking debates.
Except Lester Holt. Lester Holt. Also, rest in peace, Lester Holt. He left Nightly News, NBC.
Who's Lester Holt again?
Anyway, so Earl the Pearl.
The black guy?
Yeah.
With the glasses?
Yeah. Mike King.
Yeah.
Anyways, Earl the Pearl and Shannon are in the room, and Shannon gives him a envelope with the details of his missing son, his estranged son, with the addresses, phone number. And I was like, what the freak?
That's crazy.
And it's very emotional, and it's kind of closed the door on Adam. Because Shannon and Adam are not vibing.
Adam's not. He's not trying to slide. Adam.
Didn't we talk about
lacking? You know what Adam lacks?
Hold on. No. Stop. I'm gonna stop your point for a minute. We said no more black scent.
That wasn't black scent.
You go. I don't want to.
That's racist. I did not say that. All I said was Adam lacks decorum.
You lack decorum. That was so funny. Wale.
You lack decorum.
We'll get into Wale in a minute. Did I not pull up Wale? I didn't pull up Wale.
Oh my god.
What the hell?
Wait, you also need to pull up Adam, and you need to pull up Montez Ford.
And PJ. Because PJ. Oh my god, I'm
having... They're all still here! Oh, sorry.
Wait, is Wale not have a cast photo? Where is it?
It would be up, no?
Oh. Because because for some reason there's like a thing between Wale and the first... Wale...
Is Wale the main character?
Wale Loki is my favorite. I think Earl the Pearl is pretty good, but Wale is one of my faves. Although we'll get into it. I'm Team Wale, but we'll talk about it. Anyways, they have the key ceremony, and PJ, before we even get into it, self-eliminates, says that he feels that
I'm a bow out. I'm not feeling the vibes. I'm a bow out.
I respect it though.
He bows out.
I respect it.
I respect PJ. Just like he did at
Yep. If you know, you know.
He bowed out.
So they have 4 keys to give out. Ashley. Well, we'll get into Ashley last. Shannon chooses to save Ralph over what? Luann saves James, obviously.
Luann saves James. They
Shannon
love each other.
saves Earl, which is a shock.
Adam
goes home. Now, Giselle chooses to save Philip from Beverly Hills. I have a mansion in Beverly Hills. So weird.
Beverly Hills.
And
just use the cast photos.
Kind of weird. But Ashley chooses to save Ralph.
Cause she'd be thinking like they be making out and it's good, but then he said it's like a lizard.
No, but didn't the episode open where she was like, "But it ain't that good," and then they were about to
but then she was like, talking about how she.
No, remember they were about to fuck, and then she lied and said she was on her period just to get out of it because he kissed like a lizard.
But she also says that her husband used to kiss like a lizard.
It reminded her of Michael Darby.
And he went to kissing camp and he came back.
He went to Big
grab and ask Michael Darby.
I don't like how Ashley keeps going. Mike Hoochie picked them. It's like Ashley, child.
Let a woman do what
let
a woman
do that.
Do.
But then our host speaking of Joel Kim Booster, what's with the wardrobe? Why was he wearing a Speedo and some like mesh?
Ugh.
That was so awkward. And also, if you notice in the newest episode, he had a blazer, but then his shirt was like Bill Belichick ripped. It was like rip mesh purple. It was ugly. It was bad. Joel Kim Booster goes, "There's a fifth key. Do you want to use it now or use it in the next key ceremony?" And they choose to save Wale because it's bullshit to send Wale home. Bullshit. So episode ends.
Oh, did you know that?
More shit.
But that does mean that the next time they need keys, they're gonna have one last key.
Yep.
And the episode does not end. Because
then
they go
right.
out
What? Why am I lying? What?
That's
they go
like
to the beach.
Start of the episode. They go out with these new guys. They meet the new guys.
So we got Mitch.
And honestly,
Mitch 65 from Sacramento, California.
Yep.
Okay. We got Calvin. We don't get
you skipped one. You already skipped one. Go up.
No, I didn't. That's James. James has already been there.
Oh wait. Oh, never mind.
We have Calvin, the 35-year-old from LA. He's a boxer.
Don't
We have
remember
Theo, 49, oral surgeon. Shannon talks about her root. Shannon talks about her root canals with him. She goes, "I have these root canals in Orange County." I was like, "Shannon, what are you doing?" Brian, 59, senior executive from Florida. Anderson, 63, went to school at UMass Amherst. Played football.
Anderson, 63, more like Anderson.
69. Oh. And then we have Scott, who was a software tech, very awkward.
He's young.
And then Joel Kim Booster goes, "But I've brought someone back." Brings back Mark. But Mark's wearing a mesh mermaid outfit.
Yes.
Which I was very confused about.
Basically, they get 3 keys.
Yes.
And now this is a little confusing because they have 4 keys, but they say now they only have 3 keys because they used a key, right?
Yeah.
So, what's her name? Giselle.
Yeah.
Decides to go with Theo.
Which, like, I'm like, what?
She picks Theo.
Doing?
Luann.
Theo's such a waste of space.
No, she's getting along well with him.
Well,
why are you hating on Theo?
Because he wasn't in the last episode. He
was, Matt.
No, but he was barely in the episode.
He went on a whole date with her. He was in the episode. I don't know why.
Let's move on.
Luann has to choose between Mitch and Mark, and she goes, "Mark is just not giving me enough affection," so she chooses Mitch.
No. Oh, you're right. She does choose Mitch.
Ashley does not want anything to do with this.
So Shannon...
She's like, "I got Ralph." And Shannon has the 3rd key, so she gives it to Mark because she wants to see Mark have a chance with Luann.
Well, also, Shannon's, like, locked in, though.
She's locked into Earl, just like how Ashley is locked into her love triangle. She don't need any more guys. She don't need any more guys going up in here.
See what I'm saying?
It's not a black side.
Anyways, they send the rest of them home. Let's get into this next episode, which is actually really good. So they all go on. If I'm mistaken, don't they go on?
I like how you have three pins, and 2 of them are Sweet Potato Podcast Jeopardy.
Oh, because there were 2 rounds. We never got to that. I don't even know what this is.
What is that?
Oh, it's just YouTube.
Yeah, but what YouTube is it?
It's just the homepage. So the episode starts, they have breakfast, and if I'm not mistaken, they all join in the living room, and then they have the yachting date. they have the date on the yacht.
They go on a boat date.
But
that's when
yeah.
Theo goes with Giselle, and
Joel
he's
makes
like,
them
they're
pick.
jumping in the water, and Theo and Giselle are talking about like how like they're like adventuring and shit.
Right. That's so right. And then Shannon
coming back
picks
to you
Earl.
Right. And
Gis-
God for fucking bed.
Does
Earl
Giselle-
has his shirt off. Or he's got his shirt open.
Who does
Earl's got his
Ashley?
shirt open.
Ashley picks Ralph. I'm pretty
Ralph,
sure.
because she hasn't gone on a date with Ralph yet. And they're
And
having a good
then
time.
who does Lou? Oh, and Luann obviously picks James. Obviously picks James. Or no, that's a lie. She picked Mark. She wanted to spend more time with Mark, which pisses off James because James feels like he's kind of second.
Like,
but James
hey,
goes
man,
around.
You know, it's all good. That's my girlfriend, though. You know,
Yeah.
that's my girlfriend, man. It's all good, though. That's just my girlfriend. You know, she's my girlfriend.
Well, remember they freaked a few episodes ago.
They did freak.
Actually, last episode they freaked.
That was last episode.
That
They
was last
freaked.
episode.
Oh my god, they freaked. Yep, they did.
The yachting date ends with what is they? They just like go. Does it just end? I'm pretty sure they just ends and they all chill, right?
It just ends.
But then the
they're
next
like, they go
day
back in.
they invite, as host Joel Kim Booster says, gays and girls and gays.
No, gays and
the gays and girls, gays
and gals.
They invite Shannon Bedore's daughters, Sophie and Adeline. They invite Luann's best friend, Big Synth, Cynthia Bailey Q.
Biddy Synth.
Then and then they invited Ashley and Giselle's gays. I guess I don't really remember their names. They weren't interesting.
It was Giselle's older black gay, and
which I actually he was
Ashley's
fun.
Younger white guy.
The older black gay was fun. Her white gay
really
did
like
not
Ashley's
want to.
gay.
Well,
he was like he was like
kept being fed questions from producers. He being like, "So Ashley, how do you feel about Ralph?" And it was like, this ain't good. This ain't good.
You know what I don't like? I don't like about Giselle's gay. Is that right off the bat he's like Philip is the one.
No, but remember
Philip is not the one, bro.
Didn't they ask in their little conversation about rank sex, food, and sleep? And he was like, sleep last. And then he was like, nah, Giselle needs her sleep. I know Giselle more than anybody. Like, why don't you just date Giselle?
Theo put sleep last.
Fucking weirdo.
Philip put sex first.
He did. Because I have my mansion in Beverly Hills.
No, he did sex, sleep, food.
Shannon's one-on-one goes well, obviously, because it's just Earl. And I think that her daughters really like Earl.
They do. But Shannon's like, I can't criticize Earl, and it hurts our relationship because I want to tell him how dumb he looks with his shirt on.
Well, on the yacht, he had a shirt unbuttoned, and she kept being like, "Why do you have your shirt on?" But I think that was more funny than the vegetable comment.
But she didn't say it.
Oh, remember on the yacht, Giselle and Earl were having a one-on-one, and he's like, "I heard she eats out every night." And I was like, that's low-key shade. You're shading Shannon right now. He's like, I don't know if I can afford a lifestyle like that.
Well, that's the thing that Shannon keeps saying. She's like, Earl's too poor for me. Shut the fuck up.
She didn't say poor. She says it's too much of a homebody.
He's not fancy enough.
But she also said that
I'm used to being fancy and expensive. I don't know if he can match.
She needs somebody to take care of her, is what the daughter said. She needs to be taken care of because she's been taking care of everybody else for all these years.
Right.
On Jeff Lewis Live, Jeff Lewis said that episodes 7 and 8, from what he understands, some major shit goes down and Earl the Pearl does not come off looking good.
Well, I saw it in the preview. Crazy.
Yeah. Apparently something happens with James, and it also has to do with not having a shirt.
Really?
So we're interested to see. Speaking of James, should we get into probably the most dramatic part of the episode, almost the season?
He's pissed.
So they're having a one-on-one, and they're having it with
They're
Mark.
Doing the best friend thing.
With Mark and James, with Cynthia Bailey and Luann, and Cynthia's like asking Mark all about him, and James is really like on top of Cynthia, touching her back, has his arm around her, touching her arm.
Now.
And being like, I love Luann. Luann's my girlfriend. I love Luann at the Love Hotel.
It didn't seem like when I was watching it, like it seemed like not even like he was doing it on purpose.
Right.
Like, I didn't think he was doing it on purpose. Like, I think he seemed like he was just getting excited and into it. And he was, like, leaning over to, like, talk to Luann. And that's, like, when he was, like, kind of, like, on her. But I do genuinely think it was, like, not, like, something he did on purpose.
It was crazy, but then Luann's like, okay, she goes, let's have class, darling. Darling, let's have class. Let's be a gentleman. And then he keeps touching.
And now I'm mad.
And now I'm mad. Get your hand off my girlfriend. Now I'm mad.
Now I'm mad.
And Cynthia's like, oh child. Oh.
I think Luann's going to end up with... Do you want to hear my predictions? I think Luann's going to end up with Mark.
Wow, really?
I think Luann's going to end up... I think James is crazy. He's a huge red flag. He's fucking insane, dude. He keeps talking about how he's like... Do you remember his conversation with Ashley? Ralph and Wale are sitting there with Ashley and James. And they're just listening as James describes to Ashley how he's in love with Luann. And how once he falls in love with someone, they're his.
Yeah.
They become his. And it's like, my fault. And also, we learned... I didn't know this, but... in her original marriage to the Count, they got married after
3 days. 2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks or 3 days? It was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. After meeting, they got married, and because of that, that's probably that James getting so rushing into everything is going to be a red flag to her.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a red flag.
It's bad
because she has a bad experience with a relationship that started quickly.
So
and Mark's like, love, like, man, don't be saying love, like, I'm just going with the flow, it's too early. That's crazy.
Well, Mark is the one who's getting in the drama with the guys from, the first 2 episodes. He was fighting with that other guy for attention, and now he's kind of fighting with James, which is very interesting.
Yeah. Well, okay, to be fair to Mark, it was more so a one-sided Jerry attack on Mark.
That's true.
Mark is just kind of like there for the ride.
He was getting pummeled. So obviously Earl the Pearl and Shannon go on a date. What do? They go they make guacamole. They make guacamole with crickets. She's like, I don't like crickets.
They go on the date with the best friends.
With her daughters, yeah.
With her daughters, and then
make guacamole.
Luann and Synth go on a date with Mark.
They are in a papaya cooking class. Did you see Mark trying to cut that onion?
Cuts himself. Yeah, that was bad.
I was like, what are you doing? And then Cynthia was like, you better not have 2 housewives with 2 knives, child. It made me laugh. And then Ashley goes on a date with
Ralph again.
Ralph again, which pisses off Wale. Okay, this is my take. I understand that it's a dating show and you're supposed to give everybody the same amount of attention. With that being said, Wale is correct. Ashley is playing him like a PlayStation controller.
Ashley and Wale are not. I firmly believe Ashley is going to end up with Ralph, and I think that's for the best.
Yeah, but I am team Wale. I think Wale's being used. Here's what I think. I think that Ashley is right in that her concern. I know why Ashley's concerned about Wale, because she is afraid that she won't be able to offer to him what he wants, which is a family. Well, no, but now she's doubting Ralph. She's doubting Ralph and living in Nashville. And she said that she could see herself living in Rhode Island way more than she could see herself living in Nashville.
Does she say that?
She said that towards the end of the episode. So it makes an interesting last 2 episodes. Who does Giselle go on a date with? Was it Phil?
She goes with Philip. She went with Theo on the boat, and she went with
Where do they go?
Her best friend said to go to.
Was it the alcohol? No, Ralph and Ashley were the alcohol class. They're making drinks. I don't remember what Phil did. Again, Giselle's scenes sometimes are a little lackluster because I don't think she's really in it.
Because I think she's she's really finding not these great of guys.
No.
Philip, but then Philip comes out and is explaining kind of how he has more of a character to him that he was not really letting on. And we learned that Ralph is...
Oh, right. She thinks that he's...
dyslexic also.
Yeah. Ralph opened up about his dyslexia, which was very interesting.
Which was... that was
also... Earl opened up
and
about...
he also says something about give daddy some food.
And then Ashley said that she likes that.
And Ashley's gay friend did not like it, but Ashley liked it. So.
Earl opened up about how he wants to open a geriatric...
care facility,
which is awesome. And
I mean, that's basically what dating Shannon would be like. Would be a geriatric care facility.
I don't like that comment. I stand for my Bador. Can we talk about how I think you talked about it, but Giselle was talking about how she finds a little bit of fakeness within Phil, that he's being reserved for him to get another week at the Love Hotel.
Yes, but she says also that he seems to be opening up more now,
So
and
it's interesting.
that she's starting to like. It's making her like Philip.
I'm interested, honestly.
I don't like Gus Fring. Like I don't
like Phil. He's very
He's a
Gustavo.
bad vibe. He's such a bad vibe, and I like Theo more. I want to see her go with Theo.
So
Giselle's just like not really.
No, Giselle's not in it.
Giselle's
her head's not in it.
Who would have been perfect for Giselle? Is that James Earl Ray, but it wasn't meant to be because they knew each other.
Yeah,
and then that was like a no-go.
I know.
Or, you know what? Who could have actually maybe been good for Giselle is Ralph.
I truly don't see Giselle finding love, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the show ends. Like, do they have to pick someone, or can they just choose to?
I wonder.
Like, no?
Well,
I wonder too. But
Wale, Ashley shows Wale her room, and they connect a little bit more, but he still calls her out. Episode ends
on the next episode thing.
Well, the episode ends, and then Joel Kim Booster is like, so we have to send somebody home right now, and then he goes, just kidding, you have 3 more days.
That pissed me off so much. This is why he's a bad host. Like, who does that? They literally did that as a build up for the episode. Like, they put that in all the previews during the commercial breaks.
What I will say,
and then he got to it, and he goes, you have to send someone home, and he's like, just kidding.
It's so annoying.
Shut up. I fucking hate Joel Kim Booster.
What I will say is the show's really good at pacing, moving story, and it's very good at teasing. And
it is. I'm invested.
This show is actually so good. I'm loving it every minute of the show.
I hope we get a season 2. I really
hope we get a season 2. Episode ends with next week. Shannon has another breakdown. There is some drama between Wale and Ashley. And what else? Was there something else? James has like a freak out, I think, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Him talking about how much he loves her and stuff.
I think we've talked about this on the podcast. We're ending the episode, but what's your fantasy cast for season 3 or season 2 of Love Hotel?
I would like to see.
Can we agree on Erica Jane?
Erica Jane, and
we don't need 1-2 from each show.
I like 2 from each. I like them having a friend. I like that.
Okay, so Erica Jane and
I think that works.
Sutton?
No.
Kyle?
Maybe Erica Jane and Kyle.
That would be fun.
But she's with so maybe
Allegedly.
Erica Jane and Dorit.
I don't want to see Dorit on my TV, but Erica Jane and Dorit.
And then
who else could we do? OC, there's not many singles. Salt Lake, Heather Gay, maybe. I mean, I don't really want to watch Heather Gay though. I don't. Whitney is married to Justin Rose.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to see maybe Larsa. I don't want to see Larsa.
No. Yes.
I'd like to see.
She's from Miami though. I don't.
Teresa after she's divorced by Louis. That's coming.
Right. We could do a Teresa and a. Hear me out.
Okay.
A Teresa and a Dolores.
Dolo? No, I'm Team Dolo and Polly though. I like Polly.
Polly's kind of bad vibes last season.
Polly just got divorced though. He just got divorced recently.
Okay, he did. Okay.
I'd like to see Dorinda.
I would like to see like a.
I'd like to see Dorinda.
No.
Oh, and either Kenya or Portia. Although I'd rather see Phaedra.
Dorinda and Sonia.
Imagine her drunk ass on there.
Yeah, and Dorinda's drunk ass.
And Dorinda and Erica Jane and Dorit.
Oh my
That's
God,
a little
like
too white. It's a little too white. It's a little too white.
There's more white franchises than there are black franchises.
It's a little too white. So let's kick Dorit off and put like Kenny Moore.
No, but I still like pairing them. What about
Yeah, but remember Luann Garcelle is single.
Oh, wait, so what if they do an Erica Jane and a Garcelle?
They don't get along right now.
Oh yeah. What if they do Garcelle and Sutton?
They don't get along either, but that would be good TV.
That would be good TV, right? On the Love Hotel? Even though I don't like either of them.
Let's see, New York, New Jersey, OC.
What about Ramona?
Ramona's
she's blacklisted.
she said the N-word too much. Who else? Potomac? Robin Dixon. Karen Uger. Straight out of the jail.
Straight out the can.
Little Jenny Wynn?
No.
That has to get
Jen
cut.
Shaw.
Jen Shaw. Pardon me, Jen Shaw. Anyways, chat. You have anything else to say?
I think that's gonna be a wrap.
I think it's gonna be a wrap. Speaking of like the McDonald's snack wrap coming back on Big Brother premiere night, July 10th. I gotta reach out to Spectacular. Now that I think about it.
We do.
So hopefully next time we're back,
Is there a cast? There's gonna be a cast. When does the cast drop?
It comes out like a few days before the actual show comes out, which is so obnoxious.
We might not even be able to get like a recap.
No, but maybe he can do a week 1 recap with us.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll figure something out. Okay.
Hopefully by the next time the next episode comes out, we will be talking with Patrick and Paul too.
Or maybe even finishing up Bravo's Love Hotel.
Love Hotel. We have some more Love Island, and we'll probably
we'll have to catch up. We'll have to do some catch up on the Valley too.
Catch up on the Valley because we have some hot takes. A lot has happened.
That needs to be discussed.
We got to talk about Janet and Jason.
We got some exciting conversations for the next time.
Anyways,
and some
chat.
Danny and Nia.
Danny and Nia. Oh, speaking of Danny and Nia, they had their 4th baby the other day.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome for them. I bet Janet was in the waiting room going, "Danny's a drunk! Danny's a drunk! Danny's a drunk!"
Yeah,
anyways.
I bet that whole fucking cast was.
Jax make my hurt my feelings.
You don't know what I've been through. My husband beat me. Your husband's drunk. You need to say it. Own it. Ah! I fucking hate Brittany.